Well, welcome everybody. Our topic is understanding my partner with Asperger syndrome. So welcome to everyone. And our first speaker to start off on this amazing and fascinating topic is Professor Tony Attwood, who many of you have met before. He's a renowned author around the world on Asperger's syndrome in particular, autism as well, and has written some of our leading textbooks in this area. So, Tony, would you like to start?
Thank you for that introduction. My mother is very proud of me, and she loves calling me Professor as a sort of in-family joke. Now, we know about autism, we've learned about Asperger's syndrome, but one of the characteristics Michelle and I often find is that when we're seeing the child, the Americans have a wonderful phrase, the apple may not fall far from the tree. And so sometimes we may recognize in a parent, not necessarily the full characteristics for a diagnosis, but what I call the Asperger personality type, what may be sort of subclinical. And so this may then explain an enormous amount in the relationship. And now it's something that, I now know why this, that, and the other. So what we're starting to explore now is not only how to help the little child, but also to help the parents, where one of the partners has the Asperger characteristics, but may not have the full diagnosis. Now, in looking at what we do, falling in love with an Asperger, yes, people do fall in love with an Asperger, absolutely, otherwise it would have died out years ago. Because if one of the characteristics is inheritance, there are characteristics in Asperger's that people fall in love with. Now, what we have now discovered is that when you fall in love with an Asperger, you fall deeply in love with an Asperger to a depth you've never experienced before. And your view is, I wish everyone had an Asperger partner because they're so wonderful. They have these fantastic abilities and interest in you. They think the world of you. They follow you around everywhere. They do all these sort of wonderful things and think, oh, heaven is here. And you fall deeply in love with an Asperger. But you may then find that some of the characteristics that were so appealing, the Peter Pan qualities, the knowledge base, all those sorts of things, start to go, ooh, it's not quite what I anticipated. And there are certain issues that may develop, especially when children arrive in the relationship. And so there may be a realization that there are issues starting to develop in the relationship, as there are in all relationships, but maybe deeper in particular areas. And so there's a realization that it's maybe not turning out quite as I anticipated, and that leads you to have one of two pathways. One is anger, and that is a constructive energy of saying to the partner, right, you need to sort yourself out, you need to do this, that, and the other. Oh, right then, okay, I better do that. Oh, right, I'll do it. And so the person with Asperger's now gets clear directions of what they're supposed to do. But that's when you externalize it and basically say, this is what's needed. But unfortunately, sometimes the reaction can be to internalize it and feel somewhat sort of depressed and down about the relationship, which can lack energy and the ability to do something about that relationship. What may eventually occur is a recognition of how what I call people from two different cultures and ways of thinking can mesh together in a successful way. And that's our crucial component of today, is to go through how to make a constructive partnership with that individual, recognizing the different ways of thinking that occur in Asperger's syndrome. So when you fall in love, oh, it's heaven with an Asperger, and then you suddenly realize, not quite what I thought. Now, what about the qualities of the person with Asperger's? What do you fall in love with? Well, it's their